Good morning friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss how to pass the members of a structure to a function. How can I pass the entire structure variable to a function? How can I pass the address of a structure variable to a function? All these things I will discuss in detail. So I request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. First, let me define what is a structure. I hope you already know it because you would have watched all my previous videos and come to this video. Now, a structure is a user-defined data type which is used to combine various data types into a single data type. Now, there is a limitation with an array. An array is a collection of homogeneous elements. To overcome the arrays concept, they have introduced the structure concept in a C. In a C language, structure is used to collect the heterogeneous elements. Now you know what is a function. A function is a block of statements which if you execute those statements, we will execute or we will perform a particular task. Now the advantage of the functions are we can write a complex programs using the functions very easily because the functions will introduce the concept called modular programming, and the advantage of the functions is reusability. So now we will discuss about the structures and functions, all these things in detail. Now in this video I will discuss how to pass the individual members of a structure to a function as an argument, and how can I pass the entire structure variable as an argument to the function, and how can I pass the address of a structure variable as an argument to the function. Okay, because in a function we will have the actual parameters and the formal parameters. So now let me define a structure and then we will discuss with a program. So let me write the program here. I'm starting the hash include stdio.h and I'm defining a structure called student globally. So to define a structure, we need to use the keyword called struct and name of the structure. Now I'm writing the name of the structure as student and I need to define the members and its data type. Now I'm writing int id and then float percentage. Ends the curly braces and ends the semicolon. So this is the definition of a structure called student. Now I need to start the void main function. Okay. Now I can declare a variable of structure called student. So how to do it? I need to use the keyword called struct and the name of the structure is student and the variable name is s1. Now once you declare the variable to the structure, then only the memory allocation will happen. Okay. Now first I will discuss how can I pass the individual members of the structure called student as an arguments to the function. Okay, do it now. First I will ask the user to enter the student details. Okay, enter the student details. Okay, is it clear? Once the user has entered the details, I need to read those values using the function called scanf. Now I need to read an integer constant, so I'm using the format specifier as %d, and I want to read a real number, so I'm using the format specifier %f. Now look at here, you need to store in the variable s1 and the member is id, so that's why you are using a dot operator, and then ampersand s1 of per. Is it clear? Where s1 is the name of the variable. Is it clear? This is s1. Okay, is it clear? And dot operator and the member name is id and per. This is the one. Now the user has entered the details. Now I want to display the details in another function called display function. Okay, now before calling the function and then defining the function, I need to declare the function. How to declare the function? The syntax is, it's a return type I need to specify. Okay, and the name of the function name, is it clear? And then the arguments I need to specify its data type. Am I right or wrong? So that I need to define or declare after the hash include statement. So let me write here. Okay, are you able to understand? So this statement will come here. The data type I don't want to return anything, so I'm writing it as void, and the name of the function is display, and it will take two integers. Okay, one is integer and one is float, so let me write it as int and float. Are you able to understand it or not? So this is the function declaration, void display int comma float. Okay, are you able to understand? Now let me write the function calling. The function calling will have the name of the function. Okay, now what you are passing? You are passing the individual members of a structure called student. So how can you pass? You are passing s1 dot id comma s1 dot per. These are the individual members you are calling. So now s1 dot id is your actual parameter and s1 dot per is also an actual parameters, and these are the members of a structure called student with a variable s1. Is it clear? Now you are writing the get ch and close the main function. Now you need to define the function called display. How to define the function? You need to write the return type, which is void. The return type you are mentioned in the function declaration should be same as in the function definition. So now you need to write the display. Okay, is it clear? Are you able to understand? Then now these are what? This is passing the value of an integer member and another one is a float. So now you need to declare a local variables called x and float y. Are you able to understand it or not? Obviously you can say that these are the members of a structure, but this is an integer value, this is a float value. So to take those values, we are declaring two local variables called x and y. Their data type is int and float respectively. Now whatever the value have been passed, that will be assigned to the variable x. Now I need to display them. So how I will display? By using the printf function. So printf %d %f. Okay, are you able to understand? Then I need to write x comma y and close the function called display. So this is the way we can pass the individual members of a structure to a function. Okay, and then how can we display those values also I have discussed. Now we will discuss the next one. Instead of passing the members, I want to pass the entire structure variable itself. Okay, I want to pass the structure variable called s1 itself. Now then we will discuss how can I write the formal parameters, because it is an actual parameter. Then what will be the data type of the actual parameter, and then how can we display them, we will discuss. Okay, is it clear? Now let me erase this one because I want to pass the entire structure. So instead of members, I want to pass the entire structure variable, which will be s1. Are you able to understand? Now if you are passing the structure variable, now the formal parameters, the data type also should be what? A struct of student. Is it clear? So what you have to write here is that you need to declare a local variable called some p, or anything you can write your name, but it should be a structure of student. So that's why we are writing. And remember one thing, this we have defined globally, we can access them here. Is it clear? I am writing it as p. Now whatever the values of the variable s1 will be assigned to the variable p. Are you able to understand? Now if I want to display the values of the members of the variable called s1, then I can write it as p dot id comma p dot per, because this is my actual parameter called s1 and this is my formal parameter. So if I declare like this, then meaning is that p is equal to s1. Okay, so now whatever the values are there in the variable s1 will be copied to the variable p, which is a strut student, and I am displaying them. Now I have a one query for you. So function passing is okay, function definition okay. What will be the function declaration here? I request you to search it and write it in the comment section. Okay, so our part 2 is completed. Now I want to do the passing the address of a structure. This is called by value concept. Now I want to introduce the call by reference, meaning is that I want to pass the address of a variable s1 which is a strut student. Is it clear? So call by reference, I will just pass the address of the variable s1. So ampersand of s1. Now here what should be the formal parameter? When you are passing the address of a structure, here the pointer should be also a structure. Am I right? Because an integer pointer can store the address of an integer variable. Similarly, a float pointer can store the address of a float variable. Similarly, a strut student pointer can only store the address of a strut which is a student, which is a structure. Is it clear? So here what I need to do, I need to modify it as a pointer. Is it clear? So which is nothing but p is equal to ampersand of s1. Are you able to understand? This is the function calling and this is the function definition. Now tell me, how can I display the values of the members of the structure student which is stored in the variable s1 using the pointer p? Then I need to use the arrow operator. Now p is a pointer. I need to access the members of a structure using the arrow operator if it is a pointer. Okay, dot id. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? Comma p of per. So okay, now the function definition is done, function calling is done. Then what will be the function declaration? So I have two questions for you. If you are passing the entire structure, what will be the function called display declaration? Return type is void. Am I right? Because here it is void. And name of the function should be display. But what will be the parameter I am asking? Similarly, for passing the address of a structure, we have discussed. Then what will be the display function declaration? Okay. So those two things I request you to search, and if you cannot find the answer, I will discuss for you. But if you know the answer, please write it in the comment section. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.